We need to talk about the biggest lie in the creator economy. You have heard it 1,000 times. Give everything away for free. Lead with value. Jab, 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 right hook. The gurus tell you that if you just give away your best secrets, the market will reward you with loyalty and eventually sales. So you do it. You spend 10 hours writing the perfect thread. You record the 40-minute tutorial revealing your entire process. You give away the strategy, the tactics, and the blueprint. And what happens? People consume it. They like it. They bookmark it. And then they ghost you. They don't buy. They don't subscribe. They just take the dopamine hit of learning and move on to the next free thing. Here is the uncomfortable truth. When you give away your best work for free, you aren't building trust. You are destroying value. You're training your audience that your expertise is a commodity that costs $0. In this video, I'm going to explain the Gatekeeper Strategy. It is the counterintuitive logic that suggests hiding your most valuable assets behind a wall actually increases their perceived value and attracts high-ticket buyers. Now look, I'm not a guru. I don't have a Lamborghini in the garage. I'm just building this system in real time. I tried the give it all away method, so I started testing this gatekeeper approach. This is exactly what I am doing right now to build my business. If you find it interesting, great. If not, click away. But if you want to stop getting likes and start getting leads, you need to understand why friction is actually your friend. I'm going to show you how to separate theory from execution and how to use something called native conversion points to turn your content into a list-building machine. Let's build. To understand the gatekeeper strategy, you have to understand the difference between information and transformation. The internet has driven the cost of information to zero. You can find a tutorial on how to do brain surgery on YouTube. If you try to sell information, like a basic how-to guide, you are competing with free. You will lose. But transformation? That is still expensive. Transformation is the tool, the template, or the system that actually gets the result. The mistake most creators make is that they give away the transformation for free, hoping people will pay for the information. That is backward. Here is the rule. Give away the what and the why. Gate the how. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine you are a consultant teaching cold email. The old way, you write a blog post listing your top 10 cold email subject lines. You give them the scripts right there on the page. The result? The reader copies the subject lines, they leave. You never hear from them again. You have no idea who they are. The gatekeeper way, you write a blog post explaining the psychology of a good subject line. You explain why open rates are dropping. You give value by teaching the theory. But if they want the copy-paste 100 subject line database, they have to give you your email. Why does this work? 1. Micro-commitment. When someone trades their email for a tool, they're making a psychological investment. They're telling themselves, this is valuable enough to pay for with my privacy. 2. Qualification. The person who just reads the blog post might be a curious student. The person who downloads the subject line database is actively trying to send emails today. That is a qualified lead. 3. Perceived value. We value what we pay for. Even if the currency is just an email address, the act of unlocking the content makes the user more likely to actually use it. I used to think this was mean. I thought, shouldn't I just help people? But then I realized, when I gave the database for free, nobody used it. When I gated it, people emailed me thanking me for the premium resource. The friction created the value. Okay, so we agree that we need to gate the best stuff. But where do we put the gate? If you just slap a generic "sign up for my newsletter" pop-up on your site, you are going to be ignored. Nobody wakes up wanting another newsletter. They want to solve a problem. We use a framework called the native conversion map. This methodology matches the call to action, CTA, to the specific intent of the reader. It ensures the gate feels like a helpful door, not a barrier. There are 3 main types of gates you should build. Gate 1, the inline upgrade. This is for the awareness stage. The reader is skimming your content. They aren't ready to buy, but they want to save the value for later. The context, you are writing a long, comprehensive guide. Maybe it's the ultimate guide to SEO. The asset, a PDF version of the article or a cheat sheet summary. The gate, Halfway through the article, you place a visually distinct box. It says, "Don't have time to read this all now? Download the PDF summary to save for later." This works because it solves a new problem. This article is too long. The Gate offers a solution: portability. Gate 2, the resource download. This is for the consideration stage. The reader is trying to do the thing you are teaching. The context: you are teaching how to track your expenses. The asset: a Google Sheet template with the formulas already built in. The Gate: you explain the method, then you say, "You can build this spreadsheet yourself, or you can download my pre-built template here." This is the most powerful gate. You are selling speed. You're saying you can struggle for 2 hours, or you can give me your email and finish in 2 minutes. That is a trade almost everyone will take. Gate 3, the next step checklist. This is for the action stage. The reader finished your content. They're motivated. The context: you just explained a complex 10-step process for launching a podcast. The asset: a printable launch day checklist. The Gate: at the very bottom of the post, you say, "Ready to launch? Don't miss a step. Grab the checklist." Do you see the difference? These aren't sign up for updates. These are native conversions. They fit naturally into the flow of the content. The Gate is logically placed where the user needs the asset to continue their journey. Now, a warning: if you gate something and the user unlocks it and it sucks, you have lost them forever. You broke the trust. If you are going to use the Gatekeeper strategy, the asset behind the gate must be high utility. It cannot just be more words. It must be a tool. Here are the 3 types of assets that are actually worth gating. 1. The template, the time saver. This is the gold standard. People are lazy. I'm lazy. You're lazy. We don't want to start from scratch. Examples: email scripts, Notion dashboards, Excel financial models, legal contract boilerplates. Why does it work? It removes the blank page problem. 2. The calculator, the answer. Sometimes people don't want to learn the math, they just want the number. Examples: ROI calculator, calorie counter, mortgage estimator, ad spend forecaster. Why does it work? It gives a personalized, specific result that a static blog post cannot. 3. The curation, the filter. The internet is noisy. Curating the best of is a service. Examples: a directory of tools, a list of vetted suppliers, a library of AI prompts. Why does it work? You save them research time. Here's the Gatekeeper test. Does this asset save the user at least 1 hour of work? If the answer is yes, gate it. If the answer is no, give it away for free in the blog post. If you gate a 500-word PDF that just repeats what was in the video, you are scamming people. But if you gate a spreadsheet that took you 10 hours to build, you are giving them a bargain. But wait, I hear you saying, "I'm not a tech wizard. I don't know how to set up landing pages and sequences." Good. You don't. You don't need to. In fact, if you overcomplicate this, you will fail. The Gatekeeper system needs to be lean. Here is the digital native builder tech stack for this. It costs almost nothing. Step 1, the asset hosting. Don't overthink this. Put your PDF or your template on Google Drive. Set the sharing settings to anyone with the link can view. Copy that link. That is your product. Step 2, the gate. You need a simple form. You can use ConvertKit, Beehive, or even a basic card site. Create a landing page that has 1 headline, the promise, and 1 input field, email. Headline example: get the cold email database. Subheadline: 100 proven subject lines to 2x your open rate. Button: send it to me. That's it. No upsells, no 7-day video series, just the asset. The magic is in where you put the link to that landing page. Don't hide it in the footer. If you are writing an article, use a callout block or a button right in the middle of the text. Make it visually distinct. Use a different background color or a border. You want the user to trip over it. You want them to be reading, hit the gate, and think, "Oh, I need that." Let's bring this home. The Gatekeeper strategy isn't about hoarding secrets. It's about respecting your own work enough to assign value to it. When you give everything away for free, you are signaling that you are an amateur. You are desperate for attention. When you gate your best tools, you are signaling that you are a professional. You are building a relationship based on exchange. I give you this powerful tool, you give me the permission to talk to you again. This is how you build a list of buyers, not just browsers. This is how you stop shouting into the void of social media and start building an asset that you own. So, here is what I'm doing. I'm going through my content right now. I'm finding the how-to posts. I'm stripping out the templates, the checklists, and the calculators. I'm putting them behind a gate, and I'm watching my email list grow with qualified leads every single day. I challenge you to do the same. Find one high-value asset you are currently giving away. Gate it, put it behind an email wall, and see what happens to the quality of your audience. Now, if you want to know how to find hidden keywords that convert like crazy, I'm documenting that process in this next video. I'll see you in there.